Here's how the Ardoq for state departments and agency solution works. At the bottom of this diagram, you can see each agency runs its own Ardoq environment. They own their data, they manage their applications, and they keep full autonomy over how they work. Each agency publishes a standard application rationalization report. That report follows shared guardrails, so the data is consistent, but agencies are never forced into a one-size-fits-all model. Those reports are then rolled up automatically into a single statewide view. At the state level, Ardoq aggregates what's coming from each agency and creates a clear, trusted picture of how many applications exist and what they cost, where there are overlaps or redundancies across agencies, who owns what, and where applications sit in their lifecycle. This statewide view supports different stakeholders in different ways. For the state CIO, it delivers full visibility across agencies, making it easier to spot overlaps and guide modernization. For the state budget and finance folks, it shows cross-agency spend patterns and helps validate budgets. For state-level risk, audit, and security teams, it highlights unsupported applications and potential risk hotspots. Just as importantly, this is a two-way model. The state can feed recommendations, standards, and updates back down to the agencies without taking control away from them. This results in a federated architecture that matches how states actually operate. The agencies keep their autonomy, the state gets the visibility and clarity they need, and everyone works from the same trusted data. This is what makes our solution different and why it works at statewide scale. Let's now watch our solutions engineer live in the Ardoq platform, talking through some of these nuances.
I've got a few different example instances here. You can see just Department of Technology, DMV, Department of Transport, Office of Aviation. I'll flick through these to start with. So we're going to start with a blank organization. So this is our Department of Transport, like we don't have anything within it. Within the kind of master org, this is not just for the aggregating of data, but also for the creation of those solutions. We'll have the ability to define the scope of what you want to send over to those small agencies. There might be a situation where a very small agency just has this subset of data, for example, and a slightly larger agency might have an extended view where they go into vendors, they might do their own style modeling, processes, initiatives, etc. You can kind of define different scopes for different, what we call the big dogs and the small dogs. When you define, so you're familiar with the Ardoq solutions, have you loaded some of those in through the app? Mm-hmm. Yeah, mm-hmm. Is that exactly the same, except what we can do is we can allow, the creation of them as well. So for those agencies to be able to inherit those. So it's not just the scope of the data, but it's also the configuration like dashboards and surveys and things like that. That's super crucial because we want, for example, with surveys, you're putting the guardrails up to set the right fields, reference types, all of that stuff. And we want to be able to set those guardrails so that the modeling can be done in a very consistent way across the agencies so we can roll it up. And so for that reason, like all these kind of surveys and things are included within this bundle. Go ahead. And so now we've got Department of Transport. Say we want to onboard that agency. We can essentially bundle this package together. So this is just a little back office feature. So I can take what I call the small agency foundation and send that across to Department of Transport. So this now should be populated with all the starting. So we have the standards and service catalog. I'll just show you how this is defined in the top level as well. So this is the things to be referenced. So statewide capabilities, the service catalog, so that's the cover app, technical capabilities and vendors. And then we've got the empty catalogs as well for those agencies to start mapping their own applications, any capabilities which are specific to that agency, as well as departments and people. People obviously being kind of really kind of a crucial step as well. And then we also have the ability to add applications and things like that. So again, the other clever thing is that we have the surveys. So the structure of how you want to capture the data is within there. I just added a few in here. But if we take this one, this is an add a new application. So right now, this agency doesn't have any applications. So I could say DOT app. We can then, obviously, as you know, this is configurable form. But we would, if you want to change it at the top level so that all the agencies see the new update. You can add in person. Obviously, this would be synced in with the Active Directory. Okay, so then this is where we're referencing some of the reference material and service catalog items. So this is the new application we're adding in, and then we could say it's going to be deploying Azure Active Directory as a service catalog item. Which statewide business capabilities. So if you have specific capabilities which are repeated across all the different agencies, then we could have, whatever it is. I just made up a bunch of stuff here. But then also agency specific capabilities. So right now this is a blank workspace, but for those agencies that might have their own capability models. So let's say, since Department of Transport, we could have this as road management capability or whatever. And then, so that's that. This agency has their first application added. We can then, all the outputs, dashboards, and viewpoints, and then also just replicated in that bundle. So you can start kind of visualizing that app. See this app, what capabilities statewide does it do? Agency ones does it do? And what service catalog does it deploy? So we can see all the different deployments of those cover amp things. So if I click on this one now, what we're doing is we're syncing in. So we're syncing in applications, capabilities, and service catalog between those different agencies. And essentially that would happen in exactly the same way on a nightly basis as well. So if I just click review import here. So we're bringing in the applications, essentially just updating them, the applications that link to capabilities and service catalog. This now rolls up into the agencies. The clever thing as well about it is that then it will automatically link to specific departments. So if I have a look at my organization structure, this is the new application that we've imported. It's now automatically connected to Office of Aviation. We can see where Azure Active Directory is being deployed. We can see which business statewide capabilities it's connected to. Active Directory as a technology product within the service catalog. We can now see all the deployments of it, and we can also see where those deployments are happening, like which agencies, and for those agencies, which capabilities they're using it for as well. So you think?
No, I think this covers it. I think bring the roll back up is kind of where the secret sauce is, because then you can see it rolled up by each agency, how they implement the service catalog, and then you can use that to generate your top level dashboards that you'd bring to, for example, the governor's office. So I guess that's I think what's really nice with what Harry has is that it also then covers spinning up a new agency, but then also the roll up, so that it's kind of, you cover both sides and you get consistency across the agencies.